Over the past 10 years of hunting and filming professionally, my journey has evolved. I once sought animals and adventure, and I still seek those things. Yet now more than ever, I seek answers around the growing questions that surround myself as a hunter. I've found that my connection to the land brings a certain clarity to the rest of my life. This is what brings me back into high country. Antelope to me are a fascinating species. Through the years, I've started to really enjoy bow hunting antelope more and more and more. When I first started doing this, I thought getting an antelope with a bow was going to be impossible. It seemed impossible to me. Trying to get close to the fastest land animal in North America and then get close enough with a bow was always a daunting task. Well, it's exciting. Just getting ready to crawl on the blind for the first time this year. A bunch of antelope around, so I feel good about it. I've decided to focus this year in the same basin that I did last year. Not that there's always a lot of bucks, or even big bucks, but there's typically always antelope. And I do know for a fact that this is their only water source. Eventually a buck should show up here. Typically, bow hunting antelope isn't that hard, mostly just because of where antelope live. It's flat and, for the most part, pretty easy walking. Being the fastest land animal in North America, there's really only a couple of methods that you can use to bow hunt antelope and be successful year after year. One of them is the use of decoys during the rut, trying to position yourself between a buck and his does and get him fired up enough to charge the decoy and bring him in close enough to get a shot with your bow. This is probably the most exciting way to bow hunt antelope, and definitely the most active. Then there's bow hunting on water, which I believe is the most effective way to consistently kill antelope year after year with archery gear. Well, we are set up here, finally in the blind, waiting for some antelope to show up. Got the face mask up, sitting back in the shade here. Antelope are a bunch of ninjas. They're not going to have a clue I'm in here. Brought the dark colored Yeti so they won't see us getting in and out of the cooler. We're getting it dialed. Just a matter of time now. first ones to show up. I can see 6 of them so far right up there on the skyline. It's a good sign. We have some awesome luck out here, yeah, with people. Epic timing, dude. Seems like a good time to have a sandwich. Yeah. Well, when a car drives past your water hole and spooks all the antelope away, it's a good time to have a sandwich. Because it means it's going to be a while. There, that's what we're after. Well, it is the second day we've had a chance to hop in the blind here. It's a lot hotter today. It was 96 degrees when we were coming over here. I've already seen a few cross above the blind here, but I get a good feeling about today. It's so hot out. We put the coyote decoys up at the other water holes, so that should eliminate 3 other places that they could drink around us. There's enough bucks around. I just feel like something's got to show today. Fingers crossed.
Where the pavement ends, on X begins.
He looks like he's going to be a really cool buck when he gets some age. He keeps staring up there. be patient. I wanted to make that happen, though. But all in all, there's a lot of season left, so... He never did give me a great shot. He was quartered to, far into the water hole, 44 yards. Pretty buck, though. That was cool. Finally had a buck show up. Finally had a bunch of bucks show up in the basin here. They circled the upper end of the water hole here, and now they've kind of went down below, which is where a lot of them seem to stage before they come to water. So, it's our last morning here. Fingers crossed this comes together. There's some nice bucks in the group, definite shooters. Slowly working this way, so...
Sitting water is not physically demanding when you have a good setup, but it is mentally draining. You keep telling yourself it's going to work, because it does work, but it can be a mental game sitting all day. I have learned, though, that if you can see the antelope, the odds of them showing up is pretty good, if your wind is right. I could tell by looking at this group that there was several bucks I would take. I'm not too picky when it comes to bow hunting antelope, so I had already told myself that the first decent buck that gives me a shot, I was going to take it.
He's done, buddy. Oh, man. I did not think that was going to happen. I did not think that was going to happen. The big buck. They all turned and took off from the water hole. And they started to head up the draw. And then I drew back. Oh man, I'm so excited. That is awesome. We watched him go down. I shot him right back there and he ran through the water right here. There he lays. Oh yeah, you can see blood there. There's the arrow. Huh, fully intact. I wonder if it went all the way through or... Either way, there is the result. Holy cow, that was awesome. Look at that buck. There was a couple bucks a little bit bigger and they both went over here where I couldn't get a shot, and luckily this dude right at the last second came up. And it's a sweet buck, dude. I could not be more stoked. I'm even more stoked with the shot. Always nice to make a good shot. But heck yes. He's a great Montana buck too. I'm so pleased. Decided to sit one extra morning. Just had a feeling, and sure as heck it paid off.
Bowhunting antelope in these places is special to me. Some of the most alone and solitary feelings I've ever felt were in wide open plains such as this. It's a different environment, one that grows on you until it slowly becomes part of what makes you feel complete or whole from season to season. It can be a miserable landscape at times, but it does give you a greater appreciation of the animals, such as the pronghorn, that thrive here.